Calling the meeting to order.
Hannah.
Here.
Courtney.
Here.
Steve. Here. Landon.
Here.
What?
Max.
No, wait.
Max. Kelly. Nicole. Raphael. Phoenix. Cheryl. Jordan. Parker. Sarah. Nick. Here. Jeffrey. Austin. Trevor Hines. Aiden Novosel.
Here.
Rachel Dowler.
Here.
AK. Jack Melling. Cassidy Cleveland.
Here.
William Kolecki. Here. Kirby Flowers. Anna Borowski.
Here.
Connor Etrell. Austin Salyers. Jessica Arnold. Dan Spalding. Sarah Brown. Caitlin Finelli.
Proxy.
Kiara Newton.
Here.
Sarah Pinter. Lydia Rambo. Nick Felt.
Here.
Nino Avaloa. Amal. Yassine. Owen Sheep. Christian Gibbons. Anna Neely.
Here.
Jordan Kelly.
Here.
Catherine Stanley.
Here.
Sarah Sanders.
She's on her way.
Sarah Weirdo.
Here.
Nick Crawford.
Yeah.
Logan Stark.
Present.
Ashley Donahue. Daniel Easton.
Here.
Aaron Frankzak.
Here.
Joe Craig. Isaac Northrop.
Here.
Quentin Evans.
Here.
Aaron Lane. Paige Wilson.
Here.
Phineas Simpson.
He dropped quite a while ago.
John Slosser.
Here.
Zach Hughes. Jacob Haskins.
Present.
Portland Gazuzo. Here. Nicole Schneiders.
Here.
Carolyn Miller.
Here.
Nicole Kromalik.
Roxy.
Emily Deering.
Here.
Cassidy. Tim Reynolds. Fantisha Deanham. Allison Harper.
Here.
Abigail Cole.
Here.
Cy Jones.
Here.
Nina Siva.
Here.
Zach Woods. Here. Kim Bonoma. Here. Andrew McKinley. Haley Clear.
Here.
Denisa Harris. Pete Nivenson. Priscilla.
Here.
Charlotte. Anthony Kowalski. Asha. And then Matthew Collins.
Thank you. Are there any additions to the agenda?
I move to add resolution 161757, a resolution to appoint a delegate to the LGBTQA Affairs Commission.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Will be added. Any other additions to the agenda? Seeing none, moving forward. Is there a motion?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Minutes are adopted. Students speak out. Are there any students who speak out? Yeah.
Okay, so I just have one quick tonight. Since all of us in this room are leaders on this campus, we're going to be hosting a event at Ohio Leaders on Tuesday evening at 6:30 p.m. in Walter Rotunda. We have a rock star lineup of panelists that are going to be talking about leadership. Specifically, this event is going to start out as kind of a tribute to the late Senator Voinovich, since all of our panelists have a direct connection at some point in their careers with Senator. They're all OU alumni, so Kara Davis Brooke will be joining us. She graduated from OU's College in 2003. She's heavily involved with Foundation for Athletics Ohio. With Greg Browning, who's former OU Board of Trustees Chair, currently president and owner of Capital Partners, very heavily involved in the private business sector. And then we have David Wellham, who's recently awarded the debate, graduated in 1977 in government. He was campaign manager for the Clinton Gore campaign in 1992, and is current chief strategy officer at Mexican. He's very involved in sustainable. It's a certified green event. We are going to have refreshments from Bill's Bakery. All of you are invited. Everyone on campus is invited. Everyone at Walter. Doors are going to open at 6 p.m. There's going to be a short reception with the panelists and the everyone interact. So, we're going to see a little bit.
Thank you, Ian. Other students here to speak out? Seeing none, moving forward.
I was just wondering if Ian could repeat the date and time of that?
It's Tuesday, so this coming week, November 1st at 6:30 p.m. is when we're going to start the discussion. If anyone does want to join us for the reception, it will be at 6 p.m. in the foyer.
Thank you. All right, announcements over here. Over here. Carolyn?
Two things. One, early voting has started, so if you want to stick the line, that is at board elections on 4th Street. Two, your weekly reminder, Jazz Weekend Saturday, so it's November 5th from 11 to 1. There will be a chili cook-off at the Ohio University Airport to benefit women in aviation. $10 to enter chili, $5 to eat all the chili you can.
Where is the Ohio University?
The Ohio University Airport is about 15 minutes west of here. It's straight down 50, and it's on the left. And if you put it into a GPS, it will take you there.
Thank you. Katie?
Phi Gamma Delta Fraternity is going to be hosting a beer factory event tomorrow night from 5 to 8 p.m. at their house, which is on College Street. It's 20 South College Street. It's $2 for attendees, and it's technically like a haunted house. And you can enjoy Halloween candy and gear from Amazon.com because they're sponsored. I will not be there because I'm a scaredy cat, but
Thank you. Hannah?
I'm going to build on Carolyn mentioning the fabulous thing of early voting. It's all this week, upcoming weekend. An office is open on the weekend for us, and then the week after this week. 8 to 6 this week, 8 to 7 next week. Literally, when you're just on your way to Donkey, grabbing your midday coffee, turn left before the courthouse, say hi to Pumpkin the Cat. You don't need an ID card, you don't need anything. All you need to know is the last 4 digits of your social security number, and you fill out a piece of paper and then you vote. And it takes 10 minutes tops. Do it, get out of the way, it's fabulous. I voted on the first day, and I feel great.
Thank you. Danielle?
I'm selling raffle tickets, and so is Katie. They're $2, and there's 25 gift cards, $25 gift cards to Chipotle, Subway, Buffalo Wild Wings, Tim Hortons, American Express gift cards, and there are also prize baskets, and we're selling them to November 7th. So come see us after and buy one each of us.
the benefits are going to be Sisters for Soldiers.
Yay.
Thank you. Ronan?
tomorrow from 7 to 9 in the Bobcat Student Lounge. The LGBTQA Affairs Commission, in conjunction with the LGBT Center, will be hosting a queer self-defense workshop, and people of all genders are welcome.
Thank you. Anyone else? I have two really quick that I got from different people. PRSSA is sponsoring an Opening Up Innovation with Coca-Cola happening next Friday, November 4th from 10 to 1:30. Like the creative director of Coca-Cola will be there and will be presenting. You get lunch from OMG Rotisserie. It is $7, but OMG Rotisserie is $7. You have to register by tomorrow night though, so if you're interested, let me know and I can send you the link. And then Delta Sigma Pi, the business fraternity on campus, is having a financial services conference happening next Wednesday from 8 to 1:30 in Baker. It is free. It'll be a great networking opportunity, especially if you're interested in any kind of financial service. And if you're interested in attending that, you can email jmoore42@gmail.com, JMOORE42. All right. Before we get into our presentations, I just want to say I'm aware that the World Series is happening. Thanks for being here anyways, but still be attentive to our guests that we are presenting and be attentive throughout our entire meeting. It should not be very long. I know we all want to watch baseball, so please close your laptops and be attentive to the guests in the room. And with that, we will have our first presentation. So please join me in welcoming Mr. Pat McKee.
Thank you, Madam President, and thank you, esteemed members of the Ohio University Senate. I recognize so many of you, and it's such a good feeling to be here. Last time I was here was last year, about this time I was asking you all to vote for me. I ran for Athens City Council at large, and I had made the proposition that I was running basically to fresh a student representation. Since, as you may know, I've been the managing attorney for the Center for Student Legal Services for over 16 years now. So I've had an opportunity to learn some of the problems students have, and I've represented hundreds, if not thousands of you in the course of Athens over the past 16 years. I'm here tonight, though, at the invitation of your president, and last Friday I had attended a luncheon at that point in time. I revealed a bit of a surprise, I think, to the members of Student Senate that were present. And the surprise was basically I was advocating that the student body, and particularly the leaders of the student body, vote in favor of issue 1, which is on the ballot for the city of Athens. Now, I know the one member had indicated that you should all do early voting, but one of the problems that I see with early voting is we often don't know about some of the side issues. So I welcome the opportunity to just mention this to you. This issue 1 is a income tax increase. It's 0.02 of 1%. So it's basically a very slight increase. Okay. The reason I'm advocating it is because during this period of time that I've been a member of the council for almost a year now, I've worked hard to try to convince the mayor and some of the other city council representatives that we need some sort of changes to Athens. And one of the things that I advocate is that the police in Athens wear cameras, video recording devices. Over the years, I've heard stories from so many different people on so many different subjects, and I'm convinced that it would be for the betterment of everyone concerned. From the perspective of the police, it ensures that they're operating efficiently and lawfully, professionally. From the point of view of the students, if you have a situation where a student is acting outrageously or breaking the law, it would demonstrate that that is in fact happening. More importantly, I think it reveals that we can actually see the truth, and we do that quite often in highway patrol cases. They're using video cameras for 10, 15 it makes a difference in the cases when we see what actually happens. The sheriff's department in Athens has just, adopted the cameras and if this income tax, increase passes, the mayor had told me that he would, guarantee that the, police would be wearing the cameras. I was pleased to find out too that the chief of police is in favor of it, and I believe the chief of Ohio University is in favor of it as well. So probably the only law enforcement agency that would not have cameras then would be the undercover police officers, the majority of the underage alcohol officers. And who knows, in the future, we may be able to persuade our state representatives that that would be the appropriate thing, but we've got to somewhere. So again, I would ask you to consider the trade-off in this particular case is if issue one passes, if we do have the increase. And the increase is not only for these cameras, I want to emphasize this. For those of you who consider yourself citizens of Athens, this is a really good opportunity to better our infrastructure, and also we have increased costs. We have not raised city income tax for a number of years, and I think it's finally caught up to us. I find this a little ironic for me because I've come up out as a fiscal conservative on the city council, which I find that very funny. But in this particular issue, I really would urge all students to vote in favor of issue one, and to tell your colleagues and anyone else who might be eligible to vote in Athens to do so. So, does anyone have any questions that I could answer?
So the Post published an article today about police wearing cameras. They interviewed the sheriff's office, and from what the article seemed, it seemed that they weren't too in favor of it. With this, in issue one passed, with the mayor kind of have the overall say that they would have to wear body cameras?
Well, the mayor would have the overall say, we would have the money for it. It's estimated to cost basically $20,000 a year to have this kind of we're hoping to get the cameras actually from the insurance companies as well, because as you may know, the cities are constantly being sued for issues that may involve the police. So insurance companies are advocating this kind of thing. As far as the sheriff's department, I don't know who was interviewed. I apologize, I didn't see the post today, but I think it's a great thing that the sheriff's department is. It's invaluable evidence to either establish guilt or innocence. I think that's what we really want. So again, the mayor has assured me that he will push for it. I will not cease without pushing him to push for it until we can get there. And there are a few other things that we need to do in the next year. I intend to really push for a few other things that will benefit the students.
So you mentioned that the chief of OUPD is in favor of it. Does this directly affect OUPD because it's like rent from campus?
No.
Okay.
It doesn't. And my understanding is, from what I've been told, and I have not talked to the chief in person, so I don't want to misquote him, but my understanding is that both police chiefs are in favor of it. There are some issues that they have, but this would only concern the Athens City Police. And again, I think it's worthwhile endeavor for them to take it on. Again, I think the city needs the money as well. So, as far as students, what it would cost in the long run, I would estimate maybe $10, assuming you work at a coffee shop or something. So, it probably would not be very much out of your pocket in the long run. Any other questions? Thank you for allowing me to speak to you. It's always an incredible pleasure to be here. Thank you.
All right, our next presentation is going to be our student trustee, Brooke. So let's welcome her to the floor.
Hey guys, my name is Brooke. I'm one of the students here for OG. We didn't make it because we had class, so he is happy after one the rest of the year. So I'll be taking it solo tonight. So this is just reviewing the October board meeting that was just last week. In our joint committee, we discussed a small house project that we are about to take on. Basically, I'm sure you guys are familiar with like the historic homes around campus, so that's like the Yamada House, things like that. We're basically look to reinvest in those, make them kind of restore them to their former glory. And we're starting to think about ways we can renew them. So to turn them into museums, to turn them into temporary faculty housing, things like that. And we also discussed Ohio University's placement in college rankings. So basically what we talked about was what goes into these college rankings, these big name ones like Forbes, for example, and where does OU rank on those, and what is affecting our factors for our rankings for those different lists. And kind of the overall message of this is we are not exactly happy with our rankings there, but we have to take that with a bit of a grain of salt because what we are very proud of sometimes doesn't get ranked on those lists. So taking those rankings, we may not be in the top 50 or sometimes the top 100, but we're very happy with where we're at. But we are looking to improve those rankings at the same time. Resources, there was nothing going on in resources, except this page somehow popped up. This is PJ's, so I'm not exactly quite as familiar with the material, but they went over a couple renovations on branch campuses like Zanesville, looking at new permanent boiler renovations, and we're moving into the final phase of implementing ID swiping for dorm halls. Somehow the entire PowerPoint is popping up. Academics, basically, we went over the Scripps College of Communications, kind of got an update with them, and we went over their team program, if I'm saying that right, and how much of a success that has been. We also discussed enrollment rates. I'm sure you guys are a little bit familiar at this point, but we're kind of hitting a record with our retention ratings. We have the third largest class now with us, and it's looking pretty good, so we're really happy about that. Audit committee, no news is good news, which is a good thing because whenever news comes in, it's not exactly the best. But some other news that we discussed, we're continuing to look for our next president, which is really exciting. We are on track to have a new president announced sometime hopefully in March, so that is looking very promising. We also discussed our initiative to make Athens campus more ADA accessible. This is a really great presentation just talking about the money that OU has set aside to install more ramps to help people with hearing losses, things like that. That was a really great initiative that we're starting to put forth. And then our next meeting is January 19th to 20th here in Walter Hall. And this is our contact info. Please feel free to reach out to us via text, call, email. We also have an open door policy in Baker, and it's the one right next to the vending machine in 301, and our contact info is outside of there as well. Does anybody have any questions or need any clarifications? Yeah.
Do you have office hours in the office?
So we don't have set office hours. Like I said, it's an open door policy, so if you do want to email or text us before you come in, you can definitely do that. We'll do our best to accommodate you, but PJ and I do a pretty good job of making sure at least one of us is in there during professional business hours. Any other questions? Well, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Grace.
All right. Sign up for tabling, please. Prioritize open spots that we have tomorrow. We have a few of those in the afternoon, but yeah, get signed up. Committee reports, we have one. It will be budget, which do you want me to do it?
Yes, so the budget, as you all should know, just a reminder that the budget committee meetings have moved. So when you're doing your work within your commissions or otherwise, remember that budgets need to be to Jacob, who is the chair of the budget committee, by Thursday at 5 p.m. because the budget committee will hear them on Friday at 1 p.m. at 1:30. So any budgets now need to be to Jacob via email or otherwise get in contact with him by Thursday at 5 p.m. And so that means if you'd like a budget heard at a general body meeting by tonight, they needed to have had it last Thursday. Budget committee met with quorum and passed all 4 budgets that it saw, and so you saw them on the agenda. We will give them next to them. That is the end of the budget report.
Thank you. We have no old business. Moving on to new business. Few resolutions. Starting out with Resolution 1617-52, a resolution to edit Chapter 6, Delegates of the Rules and Procedures. Whereas the judicial panel is tasked with primary sponsor Matthew Thomas.
Yeah, so you guys all know that we passed that resolution last week about the exact commission and their new orders of operations despite delegate concerns. So this is pretty much going off of that, redefining delegates to fit with that resolution and putting it up in chapter 1 with the rest of the definitions. And essentially what we're going to do in chapter 6 point is to make it all about students. At our meeting tomorrow, we're going to have some of the representatives to form exactly what that's going to look like, so you can see more resolutions about that in the future. But this resolution is pretty much very sentient.
Thank you. Secondary sponsor Hashem is not here. So is there any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Passes. All right, Senate Resolution 1617-53, a resolution to fund the Collegiate Leadership Conference of Ohio delegation. Whereas the Ohio University Secondary sponsor Jacob Haskins.
Yeah, so this is from the committee on this leadership. But yeah, leadership development committee. Sorry. Basically, this is the conference we talked about last week. We sent out the information. This is to fund the attendance for 10 people, I believe. But we will announce later who all is attending. I don't think we're using the full amount. I suggest you pass it though.
Thank you. Secondary sponsor Carolyn Miller.
As Jacob said, we talked about this the other week. It's something that we said we wanted people to go to, so this enables people to go.
All right, is there any discussion?
Yes, for me, I'd like to ask the primary sponsor to give the friendly amend. So the registration line item budget, if you all are looking one above the total, as mentioned, we see a budget there for 10 registration fees. The Leadership Development Committee has selected 4 attendees. So that line item will go from $350 to $140 if Jacob agrees to make a friendly amendment to that line item.
Any motion to vote, moves to vote with the friendly. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Passes. Resolution 1617-54, resolution fund budget. Whereas the Ohio University Student Senate. Secretary sponsor Jacob.
So this is for the initiative that Hannah talked about last couple of weeks. I'll yield my time to her so she can talk about it again to refresh your memory.
Yay, it's my CAP visualization campaign button thing. So I'll be talking about it more in my report, but we are going to have a button, if you practice, have a button pinning party where we take these 500 buttons and we pin them to pledges that say basically like your
pieces of paper, not people.
Yeah, not like, yeah. Good clarification. But it'll be a piece of paper that says I pledge to basically like uphold Ohio University values, not tolerate any kind of hate or intolerance, stand up when I hear any kind of hate. We are working on the exact wording. Again, I'll talk more about it in my report. But I highly recommend you pass this. These are going to just be 1 1/4 inch buttons that will be white with a green stripe through them. And the idea is that people don't really know what this means. They're not sure why they're seeing it and why everyone's wearing it. So they start asking people, and then you kind of spread that awareness through talking. So yeah, and this will also hopefully just be a first wave. We would like to see different offices around campus fund a lot more if we see success from this. And I'm very hopeful we will see success from this. And I reserve the balance of my time. Secondary sponsor, John, is a proxy, I believe.
No.
Oh, you're here.
I didn't know that was secondary. I know that was secondary responsibility, but like, for engineers, I reserve not so much.
Okay, thank you. Is there any discussion? Yeah.
My only concern is that people may not necessarily ask. But maybe that could be solved with just putting like ask me and on the button.
Yeah, so that's fair. My thought on it was, if anyone remembers when the red squares were really popular, and people were kind of, it sparked curiosity of like, what is that? Why do people have that? And I think it started a conversation at least.
No, yeah, there are a bunch of people that haven't been, yeah, I don't see like.
Right, because we're getting 500, and we'll hopefully it'll be all over campus.
Okay, cool.
We want to see not just students, but also faculty, staff, administrators wearing them as well. Other discussion?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Yay. Senate Resolution 16-1755, a resolution to fund a staff bathroom advertising campaign. Whereas the Ohio University Student Senate Constitution requires that the committee and primary sponsor Jacob.
So during the Roger E. Ailes resolution asking for his name routine, now we also said that we committed to publicizing the resources we have on campus. This is like how we're doing that. I was involved with that.
Thank you. Secondary sponsor Allison Harper.
Yeah, I agree with everything.
Thank you. Discussion?
Just want everyone to know that if you pass this budget tonight, we'll be sending that and all of that info to the Survivor Advocacy Program. They have a basic framework like of a flyer sort of drawn up, and then what we'll do is critique services to push that advertisement together. So they'll know it'll be sent to them if you pass the budget tonight.
No? All those in favor? Opposed? Abstentions? It passes. Resolution 16-1756, a resolution to fund an LGBTQA affairs forum. Whereas the Ohio University Student Senate Constitution requires.
Second.
Okay, primary sponsor Jacob.
I yield my time to Ann Dewey, LGBTQA Commissioner, to talk about this budget.
Okay, so, this forum is happening next week, and it's just a way, to start outreach to the community really, and, have an open discussion about what students on campus think they need change, what they want to see more from us, really anything, we just want to have that discussion and have a place for it, so we're offering food, to, as a way to thank these people for coming and like making their voice be heard, and we want them there, and we want to encourage people to be there and have this conversation. So that's what this budget is for. And all of this food is from Kroger, yes. And then we're also funding a week of Baker TV ads to promote our event.
Thank you. Secondary sponsor Zach. All right, is there any discussion?
What is the date for this?
Yeah, this is November 3rd at 6 p.m. and it's in the 1804 lounge.
Thank you. Anyone else? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? It passes. Okay, this is one that was added to the agenda, Senate Resolution 16-17-57, a resolution to appoint a delegate. Primary sponsor, Anna.
Yeah, so this is a resolution to appoint Anna as a senator. Anna has been working with us as an intern so far, and she has more than proven herself worthy of this position. We had applications, she sent us her resume even, we looked over it, we've been working with her. She started as an intern, and she's great, so I highly recommend that you appoint her. I reserve the rest of my time.
Thank you. Secondary sponsor, Courtney.
Anna, will you wait for everyone?
So I'm Anna.
Hi, I think other Anna gave a very strong argument, so I yield the balance of my time.
All right. Is there any discussion?
Move to vote.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Welcome, Anna.
All right, governmental affairs.
Okay, we had the big watch party last week, right after during Senate. Went really, really good. We had a really good presence in front of our partners from DC. Moving forward, we're looking at different ways. I've reached out to a few people at the university to see
what measures are being taken promoting ballot locations and how they're going to be doing that. So hopefully we're working with them to promote where vote. Also, we're looking at different ways, me and the rest of the commission as part of an intern, looking at ways to go to the state house post-election season. Other than that, we're also moving forward with an election night watch party, like a result watch party. Where we will be finalizing that by Friday. We'll have more for you guys next week on that.
Thank you. Residence life?
Okay, hi. I want to start off with just giving an update about the Meal Plan Accessibility Project. The surveys will be added to the next newsletter and more tweets and Facebook posts will be posted over the next couple of days.
Could you speak up just a little, please, Quinn?
Yes.
No, it's okay.
You want me to start over?
Yes, please.
Okay. So I was going to give an update about the Meal Plan Accessibility Project. We have more tweets and Facebook posts coming up, as well as it will be added to the next newsletter. So keep an eye out on that. Hopefully we'll generate enough responses to move forward with our final plan and goal. I also wanted to give an update on Jeff Market, which is about 60% complete at this point. Fridays at Shively are also steak and shrimp nights, and they have added new ice cream flavors, which are pumpkin and blueberry cheesecake. So if you're not interested, go to Shively. West Green District will soon have brunch options on Sunday, including crepes. And another thing, dining halls and marketplaces are always hiring. The turnover rate is pretty high because a lot of students don't see the benefit of committing to one place to work. So if we're also working on recruitment, such as like advertisement and whatnot. But if you have other ideas on how we can, how like get people to not quit or keep with the job. I'm sorry, I'm joking right now. But please let us know. We have recruited new members from West Green, but now we're looking for a South Green senator. I talked to a couple of girls named Allison on South Green, but they have yet to respond, so I'm not sure if they're fully committed. So we are still, we still have a spot open for South Green. We have a new project coming up. It's called, as of right now, it's called Puppies and Pastries. The target date for that is November 17th, which is a Wednesday. We don't have the time finalized, but we're working on what time we want to start that. The purpose of the West Greens Forum is to pretty much generate more responses from students on campus, such as ideas and ways we can be more accessible to them. We're hoping that if we can engage in more students, more people will know about the Student Senate and what we do, and more specifically our commission. But this is open to other commissions inside of Senate. So if you're interested, please let me know, and we can talk to you to sign up for table times and also improve your advertisement. And finally, we're working on a swipe access project, which is to pretty much allow students to have swipe access into laundry rooms around campus. I know some places have swipe access, such as the Side 5 and other places you have to key in. But for places like West Green, after 12 o'clock, they lock the doors, and if you didn't get your laundry in time, you're pretty much out of luck. So we're going to set up a time with Pete to discuss that with them. And that has been my recommendation.
Thank you. University life.
So we're working on a power-based personal violence flow chart for victims to use in order to to avoid the situation when you have to talk to a reporter to get information and not necessarily want to disclose that information yet. We are working to get representation, or look into getting representation from branch campuses for the student senate body. And we are looking into ways to get more current resident feedback for students joining the witness calls during campus tours.
Thank you. Minority affairs.
Hey guys, so the project that started off in August, which is the minority highlights in Eldon Library and display,
It's kind of like a group I did a diversity board. However, it has to be narrowed down to 2 minorities because the librarians have to prepare for that to take place, and at least six weeks in advance. So we have to still choose which minorities that is going to be. Second, in the second week of November, the date exactly to be determined, the commission is going to host an event to watch the movie Freedom Riders. It just really dismantles many stereotypes that, still persist in different college campuses. And it's a really cool to get that narrative experience of how students shift their cultural perspectives. And by the end of the movie, we hope to have a discussion about how those stereotypes and resistance exist in Ohio University and how to address them. And finally, the commission will be meeting starting next week with different student organizations on campus, different minority organizations or minority related organizations to see how we can advocate or help them collaborate for this.
Thank you. Women's Affairs?
So we've been just talking about the upcoming panel discussion having on access to reproductive health care. That is going to be on November 17th from 7 to 9. We'll be having a panel discussion and hearing information about several women's health organizations in the area. And there's going to be 3 popcorn, so you should definitely come out.
Thank you. Academic Affairs?
We have I guess a small update tonight. Sarah Brown has dinner with the dean on November 15th, and the rest of our vendors are in the process of doing a bunch of projects, so I don't want to skip the process because they're not complete yet. And then me and Rachel will have our little brainstorming session tomorrow for Finals Fest, so we're going to start getting work together, get the ball moving on that. We have a lot of ideas, but we're going to actually break them down and see what's feasible and not. That's it.
Okay, thank you. LGBTQA?
Hi, so our next event is tomorrow with the LGBT minor in the self-defense at 7 p.m. in the Bobcat Student Lounge, as we announced earlier. All are welcome. And then next week, on the 3rd, which is a Thursday, we're having an open forum that you saw the budget passed for tonight in the 1804 Lounge, so all are welcome. And then really we're working with research to try to figure out what needs change on campus, know some more. And then also we've been working a lot on Pride Week. And we're really excited. It's going to be so great. So more to come.
Awesome, thank you. Guest report, international. No?
No. So want to talk about something?
Yeah, sorry, but I'm not looking at it. So, we met last week, me, Hannah, and the International Affairs Commission with Don. We were talking about the global forum. So, guess what? We are taking the lead on it. I was going to be facilitating it. So, I just want to bring the topic back again. So, what we're going to talk about is how to utilize and how to make the campus more global, make it more international. Throughout conversation, sharing stories, people who we gotta share stories. We gotta talk mostly with international students and linguistic students in the room. People like international students who are from another country and here in the university, living the foreign life, experiencing the American kind of college experience, and talking also to domestic students who are want to learn about this kind of experience, or students who had the international opportunity to go in abroad, either do a semester abroad or volunteering abroad. So if you guys have some similar ideas, what would you like to see? What would you like to learn about? What would you like to hear about? Please, by all means, come up to me, talk to me, tell me everything you want to know about it.
All right, thank you very much. That is the end of commission reports tonight.
All right, moving on to my report. It's like 8 o'clock. I told you guys it was going to be a short meeting. I have some brief updates for you. So regarding the bias incident reporting system, Dr. Sarah Trower, who is the Director of Equity and Civil Rights Compliance Office, will be coming to present to us next week at our general body meeting. She will explain to us a little bit about the bias incident report, some issues that is going on surrounding that, as well as different reporting structures that already exist in the university. So you can look forward to hearing from her next week. Another really, really exciting thing that Gabby started a lot of work on this year, and we just finally are seeing happen, student working hours will be able to be increased to 25 hours a week starting next spring. So that's pretty cool. I was really excited when I heard that, but we will be hearing from Colleen Mendel, who is our Chief Human Resources Officer. She will be coming in most likely November 16th to give us an update about what kind of the student working hours. So pretty cool. You can start sharing that with your friends and constituents. Next semester, students will be able to work 25 hours instead of 20. If anyone, I am on a committee, the Review and Standards Committee, and what we do is look at the Code of Conduct. So I was asked my constituents about the Code of Conduct. So if anyone has questions about the Code of Conduct or comments or things that you think that should be in it, come and talk to me and let me know. Or if you hear anything elsewhere, just funnel that to me so I can bring it to the committee meeting. We will be meeting again next Tuesday morning, so before then, just let me know your thoughts, your concerns, anything. So then regarding CAS, thanks for passing that button thing, it'll be really cool. So next Tuesday at 9 p.m., I am requesting that you all be in the Senate office. We will be having a very fun button pinning party. Yay, it'll go a lot faster if we all show up, because we got 500 buttons to pin on pieces of paper. And that's going to be a lot of work for just me to do. So please, if this is something that you care about, if you care about Senate, if you care about me, if you care about anything, please, if you are able, come to the Senate office next Tuesday at 9 p.m. And we will have ice cream there. Javonto has offered to provide us.
Oh, now you get excited. Okay.
Yeah, so if you weren't going to go before, you're going to go now, right? So what we're going to be doing is taking those 500 buttons and pinning them to that piece of paper that is the pledge that you will take when you take a button. So you're not just arbitrarily taking a button to pin with cool pins, you're taking a button to display, to show people that you don't tolerate any kind of hate. So like I said, we're working on the exact wording of that, and the exact wording will be going out to you all next Monday with the agenda. So we're going to be running it by some different offices on campus, and then you'll all see it next Monday. If you have any feedback on it before we print, before Tuesday night, you can feel free to let us know. But I'm pretty excited about it. I think it's going to be really cool. I'm really hoping that we can start kind of a grassroots movement. I told President McDavis about it. He thought it was really great. He said, give me a button when you got it. So he'll be repping the button. And I'm really hoping that we can start some organic conversation within the student body. Other things on CAS, the task force will officially be formed. It's on track to be formed just like our timeline by November 1st. So I have a meeting with the Senate leaders Friday morning, and we will all come prepared with the names that we are recommending. So it'll be up and running hopefully very soon, and that task force will kind of look at the more administrative changes of like the CAS initiative. So getting classes implemented, trainings, things like that. Yeah, should be pretty cool moving forward. Second thing, you probably have gotten emails about this, or maybe you've seen it, but there is an opportunity, the Outstanding Administrator Award. That's a thing that you can nominate people for. So if you have anyone in mind, I'll be sending an email to you all probably tomorrow that has the link. But nominate someone. I highly recommend it. Don't forget the opening up of innovations with Coca-Cola. If you're interested, let me know. I'll send you the link. Financial Services Conference, email jmore42@gmail.com. Like Ian said at the beginning of the meeting, Ohio leaders, I would highly recommend going if you're able. I will be there if my class lets out early. I'm really hoping it does. It normally does. So it should be a really cool event. And who doesn't love Phillips Bakery? So come out to that next Tuesday at 6:30. And then lastly, go Indy. And record.
Hey, okay, so
few small notes about your duties and responsibilities as a citizen and as a student. I'm going to echo what Hannah mentioned to you before about early voting on Court Street. It's really easy. It makes you feel really great. That's how I picked up my Monday morning this week, and I was in a good mood for like 4 hours just because I voted. Precisely 4 hours. So highly recommend, if you have any questions, please do ask. We don't want any of you to get caught in a situation where election day comes along and then that horrible, awful thing happens that distracts you from your ability to vote. Want to make your voice heard. Also, I'm pretty confident that our lovely advisors and deans and vice presidents sitting behind me will have things to say about safety and civility this weekend. So I'm just charging you to listen closely to them and think really consciously about your actions and your effects as a bystander this weekend. So now you have to talk about Halloween. Be smart, be civil, be safe. So you all know that the applications for the Collegiate Leadership Conference of Ohio close this weekend. Thank you for passing that budget to allow our attendees to go. I'm sure they are grateful. I am grateful. So congratulations to Haley Clear, Zach Woods, Connor Atchell, and Anna Neoweed, who will be representing us at Columbus State Community College and picking up some awesome tips, tricks, and tools to be a better everyday leader on campus. That is the end of my report this week.
Sorry, not you.
So Friday morning, have a meeting with Pete Charnikowski from Housing to talk about the auxiliary budget for housing. Regarding what Courtney touched on this weekend, just be smart, be responsible to your friends that come from Kent or wherever else, go got our campus, just look after them, so. Like that. Except for them. Oh, Zach's met this week and funded Las Flamingo Theater Company, Ohio University Graduate Student Senate, Las Flamingo Theater Company again, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority, Fango Magazine, Phi Delta Epsilon, Harry Potter Alliance, the Iranian Persian Student Society, the Movement Organization, Growth International Volunteer Excursions, Comparative Religion Club, American Music Therapy Association students, Ohio University Association of Black Journalists, and then new organization grant for Ohio University Bobcat Brawlers. For a total of spot funding of approximately $3,590, and youth funds for approximately $5,000. And then for Senate, the budget is, the remaining amount is $14,100. And of that, $4,965 has been allocated. So that basically means, that includes discretionary and everything. So that $9,000 we have to fund budgets and different things. So that way we don't come down to the end and we're like, okay, we have to take discretionary back. There for a reason. And then, yeah, SAC. $63,000 approximately. We fund approximately $65,000 remaining. Those are true and accurate.
Oh, hi guys, I'm Danny. I am serving as the chief of staff for Landon while he's gone on vacation. So if you guys have any questions, just shoot him an email. I'll be at his email. Questions?
Shout out to Danny.
Hey guys, so as you see, we're still throwing resolutions out there. Like I mentioned when we passed those resolutions, we are meeting tomorrow with representatives from the student senate to start outlining what their legislation and our legislation kind of look like. We're just figuring out a lot of stuff that we need to do. So keep doing what you're doing, we'll keep doing what we're doing.
I think Courtney already said it. I've heard a lot about Halloween lately, so I'm assuming everyone's just wrapped up with baseball and not thinking about Halloween. But please, be smart, be civil, be safe.
And just a point of information, the least number of student guests we have registered for track 10 years ago. The registered if they show up or not, but I do appreciate it when it's more Bobcats and less outsiders. So, I appreciate it.
First of all, I'd like to say thank you to Student Senate for continuing to follow up on CATS by supporting and keeping, I would say pressure for lack of a better word, but keeping the progress moving. And also, there was good representation from Student Senate at today's discussion, campus conversations. I really appreciate seeing and hearing voices at that event. And in terms of this weekend, it's be seen, but don't be seen. Thanks. That's the end of my report, even though I don't even like baseball.
Second. All in favor? Less than an hour. Okay.